The Red Dirt D&D podcast is brought to you by Pro Laser Cuts. The Oklahoma company provides pre-made and customizable design laser cut dice towers, tokens, and more, developed by a gamer for gamers, and now available to enhance your tabletop game. Pro Laser Cuts products can be found at many Oklahoma City area game stores, local events, and now available online at prolasercuts.com. That's laser and cuts with a Z, Pro Laser Cuts. And by SD Way Gaming, where dice goblins unite. Our friends at SD Way Gaming celebrate the beautiful dice players handpick for their games and splendor. SD Way Gaming has expanded to include many tabletop gaming varieties, accessories, and similar fun necessities to include a service for your dice addiction. You can shop for a variety of products at sdwaygaming.com or find SD Way Gaming on Facebook. Welcome to Red Dirt D&D. I'm Michael Cross, and I play Blackjack, a jackalope folk warlock.
I'm Kim Cross, and I play Beatrix, a Tabaxi rogue.
I'm Johnny Payne, and I play Twitch, a rat folk necromancer.
I'm Brooke Bullock, and I play Zionci, a spiderkin cleric.
I'm Gary Hester, and I play Billy, a Folsom fighter.
And I'm Connor Shenold, your DM. Join us now for Tales from the Wilds. After going through Lady J's memory and finding out that Oribos and Lady J expedited the date in which Oribos was going to bring her to the manor, and Blackjack, seconds before you wake up, you see through Spider-Vin Lady J and Oribos having a conversation about why you all look so familiar to the two of them. And then you wake up.
And Lady J's voice is our Jaska's voice.
Yes.
Not the Mallory voice that we heard 2 months earlier.
Yes.
All right.
That was very weird.
Right, but even more weird. Before we woke up, I just walked through Spider-Vin's eyes, and I saw Duke Oribos and Lady J whispering, and Lady J came up to Duke Oribos and said she remembers where she knows us from, which would have to have been from the memory we just went through.
Oh, man.
My brain hurts, but my wounds, they also hurt.
I'm so beat up.
So I know, Billy, that scroll belongs to Lady J.
I feel like I gave her 5 gold pieces. I feel like we can use it. She's marrying a rich duke. He can buy her a new one.
Exactly. So the question is, do we want the catnap? Very quickly, I want to make sure the long catnap is it still 10 minutes?
It's 20 minutes.
It's 20 minutes. So do we want to do a long rest now? Because, it could be worse later. So let's just do a short rest, maybe get some hit dice back.
Mm-hmm. I would love an opportunity to pop some pixie puffs.
And the nice thing is I get my spell slots back.
Okay, I will pull out the scroll and begin to read.
Anyone else have anything else they need to do during the short rest?
I need to roll much higher than this. I'm not getting any better.
Do you want me to give you some cure wounds before I take my short rest, before I doze off?
Wouldn't hurt.
Okay. How about 7 points of healing?
I would love 7 points of healing.
Okay, there
Thank
you go. Do you need another one?
Wouldn't hurt.
Okay. 10 points of healing.
Nice.
So, Twitch, you cast the spell of catnap on your group. You all sleep for 10 minutes and wake up feeling refreshed.
This bed is very comfortable. We should ask for a room upgrade.
With a stealth roll of 23, Zionci would like to gather the 5 gold pieces that Billy left in the armoire and put them back in a pouch.
Okay. Billy is still snoozing off in the corner, so you are able to easily pocket those.
Thank you.
So you all head out of Lady J's room. Beatrix, you swipe the 2 die.
Yes, I do.
From the metal basin on your way. Do you guys continue on to room number 3?
Room number 3 in the back left corner.
So, Beatrix.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, doubles.
Okay. Beatrix is like, come on, y'all. You know what you need to be doing. Okay, well, I've moved from 6'3", I'm now 6'4".
Would you like to...
Yes.
Reroll the 4.
Reroll the 4.
I feel it. I can feel it.
Well, it's a 5.
You roll the dice in this basin, and channeling that luck in through the die, you manage to flip one of them over to a 5 mid-roll. However, the door before you opens, and you see what appears to be an empty tavern.
Oh.
I say, close enough for me, and I start walking.
So you all step inside, the door slamming shut behind you, when suddenly life seems to come back to the tavern. Groups of people are having a rowdy good time, passing drinks around between them, and there seems to be a bard off in the corner giving a very lovely performance, as well as the barkeep, who seems to be very busily taking orders from people.
Do you think we're supposed to be patrons or waitresses?
If you would like, you can roll me a perception check.
19.
17.
So, Blackjack and Billy, you scan your eyes over the patrons in this establishment, and off in a corner, secluded by themselves, you see a group of 5 hooded individuals. And as one of them reaches out to grab a tankard off of their table, you see gold scales glint in the light.
It is the Golden Vipers.
Billy, do you see them too?
Yes,
Right.
they are here and they are clearly nefarious.
I think we might go talk to them. Guys, everybody, Billy and I just noticed there's creatures over there.
What do you see?
Now, this could be a little bit assuming of us. They just have golden scales hands.
The Golden Vipers.
Yeah, the golden
The
dragonborn
dragonborn
kobold
kobolds.
guys.
Yeah, that Mallory Margot told us about.
Twitch's head's going back and forth to each one of them saying the same thing as the other, and then stops eventually on Zion's and says, I am getting very worried about you. We should talk later.
Mr. Twist, you want to go first?
No.
No, that should be me.
I mean,
Oh, dear.
I may not be very charismatic, but I can take a punch better than you, so maybe I should go with
That
you.
is. Oh yes. I think we should all go together.
We need to have... Trying to think of a fun nickname for it.
Oh, dear.
Billy Jack!
Billy Jack.
Billy Jack!
Tell you what, you guys watch us not too far away.
We don't want to think that we want to start a fight, but we want to be ready for you to jump in if they start a fight. But anyway, we approach.
Yes. Hello, my friends. Mind if we join you? My name is Blackjack. This is my friend Billy.
Hello.
One of them seems to be kind of the leader of the group, raises his head and peers at you, and you see a golden dragonborn before you. Hello, nice to meet you.
We're trying to make new friends, and you guys seem real friendly over here, so...
Apologies, we're on an important mission.
Ooh, missions! I love missions! I'm very good at missions. I'm currently on a mission myself, but I could maybe do a little side quest.
Well, we have been on this mission, but we're trying to just relax right now in this bar. We're just passing through Athenas right now.
Oh, there's a really great restaurant here by the name of...
Lazy Ladle?
Yes, the Lazy Ladle. The stew there is to die for.
Yeah, we had some this afternoon. It's
You know
pretty
what?
good.
I mean, the quality dropped off a little bit when Whitaker left, but it's still good.
I'm not familiar with this Whitaker.
He's an excellent fella. I think he moved to Bleakburn. Have you ever been to Bleakburn?
No, but I think that's our next destination.
Is that part of your quest?
Mission.
We think so. We've
You are
heard
not
some
sure?
rumblings in that area.
Oh, what can we do to help you? We are completely trustworthy.
He's gonna roll an insight on that. Roll a persuasion or a deception, and I'll let you guys figure out which one.
There we go.
I choose persuasion. I got a 19.
Persuasion. I got a 29.
Well, all right. And he kind of leans forward, and we're on a hunt for someone who goes by the name of the Showrunner.
Oh, I think I have heard some rumblings somewhere about a showrunner before. Bad business.
Very bad, seeing as, for some reason, our group is being mistaken for some of their deeds.
They are framing you?
On some occasions, some of what they've done doesn't fall in line with their usual modus operandi, and we've unfortunately been given the blame for some of the rest of that.
That is absolutely devious.
That is awful, but let me ask you something. How would you feel if we could tell you we know exactly where the showrunner is and how we might be able to stop them?
We'd be very much interested in this information. However, the showrunner is particularly tricky.
Yes, but we are also particularly tricky.
We know they're going to be in Bleakburn, though we don't have much information on what they look like.
Oh, we don't have that information either. Except that they look like a person we've met before, but we don't know which person that is.
And they might not be the person that we met. Well, the person we met might actually be the showrunner themselves, pretending to be that person.
Exactly. We're pretty sure that it's not a couple of people, but we cannot be certain. But you are correct. They are in Bleakburn, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. They have recently committed a murder.
Alleged.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, they haven't stood trial, but the evidence is pretty straightforward.
I've heard they've only just now gotten into Bleakburn and they've already committed a murder.
What day is it?
He gives you a day that is 2 weeks prior.
We've gone back in time.
Okay, actually, they are planning a murder.
Oh, all right.
How long would it take you to get to Bleakburn right now?
From Athenas to Bleakburn, probably about 3 weeks.
Okay, could you make it in 2?
No. Other than having a grand wizard with teleportation in our back pocket, which unfortunately we do not, we will not be able to make it in time.
Well, then I would like to tell you this, to steer clear of Bleakburn and very publicly be somewhere else on this day at this time.
All right.
Get in a bar fight or something, but make it very public that you are not at Bleakburn.
You know, that's a good idea. Thank you very much for that information.
I am a very smart possum. I don't look it, but I am.
And for that, I will also extend a little bit of our own information that we've gathered about the showrunner. Unfortunately, we still do not know who they are or what they look like, but we do know they are working for an ancient blue dragon named Ivnalia.
This ancient blue dragon that you speak of, do you know if they have any, kids, baby dragons?
I believe they have at least 2 children.
That's great. Anything else?
That's unfortunately all we've been able to gather about the showrunner.
That's information we didn't have, so you're doing better than us currently.
Although we had suspected.
We had heavily suspected. Our friend Ziansi's gonna lose his mind when you tell him.
So, maybe not head to Bleakburn.
Be very publicly somewhere else.
Right.
All right.
You know what would be even better is if you guys get yourself temporarily arrested so that you can't be confused with being anywhere in Bleakburn. I'm just saying it's an option. You do what feels right to you.
Yeah, just somehow let the public know that you are wherever it is. That way you're not caught
In Bleakburn.
in Bleakburn.
On this day at this time.
Okay. So, after your conversation with these Dragonborn, between one blink and the next, you are suddenly in what appears to be a guest room.
Ziansi, I have good news.
What is it?
Turns out, according to our Golden Viper Dragonborn friends, the showrunner, get this, is working with an ancient blue dragon.
I knew it!
I thought you'd be excited. And according...
What's the dragon's name?
Ivnalia. And it's possible that Ivnalia actually does have a child.
Previously had 2 children, now probably only has 1.
Okay.
So whose room do we fit me in?
So you see dark wooden walls around you with a large 4-poster bed. Large windows cover the west and northern walls. You see a large suitcase that lies open at the foot of the bed. Clothes are thrown everywhere. In a corner of the room, a large gray axe stands propped up against the wall.
General Ghislaine.
Lily, do you want to go grab General Collins?
I really want to touch it.
I figured. Before we do this, just a quick investigation check around.
Okay.
Don't find anything that's going to trigger a memory before I can get this axe.
I'm going to give myself guidance as well.
Okay.
I've started looking around.
15.
15.
Okay. So there doesn't actually seem to be too much in here. It's a little hard to see past the clothes that are thrown everywhere. It seems to be the only thing of kind of personal effects is that great axe.
Does it seem like he's been staying here for a while? 'Cause Suitcase says to me that no, but I assumed when he got rescued that Orboss just brought him in, said, "Come live with me."
Are the clothes out of the suitcase and thrown around like he's sloppy or like someone's already tossed the room?
That's a good question.
More like he's sloppy.
Okay.
And not an insight check of 19 that he's like in a hurry to leave.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it does seem that he's lived here for a while, but it's a little hard to judge for exactly how long, but definitely longer than...
Just the weekend.
Just the weekend. Okay.
All right, Billy, why don't you go grab that axe?
Billy does not, no reservations, no thought process. He just wants to hold the big axe, and he picks up the big axe and holds it over his head.
So as you touch the great axe, dwarven runes light up with such intensity that the soft blue light fills up the whole room. After a moment, it disappears. Blinking past the spots dotting your vision, you find yourselves looking at large boulders and rubble that blocks the path ahead. Turning around, you see that you are now in a large cavern filled with old ruins and luminous stones. Looking around, you spot the familiar figure of Duke Orboss Bleakburn sitting atop a nearby boulder. He seems on high alert, casting his gaze through the dimly lit cavern before he glances in your direction. "Ah, you're awake," he says, quickly standing. You see he is fit in finely crafted armor, its silvery surface gleaming as he moves to face you. "You're the only ones who made it through with me when the cave-in happened. Regardless, we must press on. It is of vital importance that we see this mission through."
I totally agree.
I move to the other side of the group and say, "Yes, that is true." Does he look at the both of us?
Yes.
Okay.
So-
Making sure we weren't one person again.
Yeah, you guys kind of take a moment to kind of glance down at yourselves, and you see that you are in battle-worn armor, that fitting of your regular class, and it seems from his words that you guys are on some sort of mission.
Do we have fur?
Yes.
Good.
However, you do notice that you guys are also wearing helmets.
Your Grace, what do you know? Where are we now?
I'm a little disoriented from the rubble. What cave system?
Yes, it was quite a sudden cave-in, but I will fill you in on the details in case some of you are a bit too startled to remember. We are on an important rescue mission. Years ago, there used to be an important general that worked alongside my father. This general has been held captive by a blue dragon for the last 2 centuries. I know somehow he's been corrupted by this dragon, and I'm hoping to try and break whatever hold this dragon has on the general. He is not to be killed, no matter what happens.
Clarification, the dragon or the general?
The general.
Okay.
So if we see a dragon, we are free to slash?
Yes, however, no dragons should be here. Our scouts reported that he only has an entourage of blue kobolds with him.
Do we know the dragon's name?
I unfortunately do not. That is a well-guarded secret.
They usually don't want you to know their name.
Name's a flower, you
Right.
know.
We are following you, Your Grace.
Okay. So, Orboss leads you through the cavern, but you notice that every now and then he stops to take a look at the ruins around him. And on the second time that he stops, he takes a moment to ponder. These are old dwarven ruins.
Greetings and salutations, my friends. I'm Michael Cross. So great to have a moment to talk with you during this mid-show break. First off, I want to invite you all to join us as Patreon members. The money we raise helps us pay for things like the music and sound effects you hear on the show, as well as money to go to events and make new fans. When you become a Patreon member, you get our episodes 4 days early, bonus content, access to our Discord server, and full versions of our roundtable discussions. You'll be joining other fans like Scott Wise, Don Mills, Heath Mormon, and the Lady Kate. So join us right now at patreon.com/reddirtdnd. Another way to support us is by getting your very own Red Dirt merchandise. You can find things like hats, hoodies, mugs, and t-shirts. Just click on the merch tab at reddirtdnd.com or reddirtrpg.com. Since 2020, the Red Dirt D&D podcast has been close to another Oklahoma actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast, D20 to Curtain. And me personally, I've had a chance to work on stage with some of the actors on the show. So when you get done with this episode, you should check them out.
Hello, fellow D&Ders. My name is Jerome.
I'm Jennifer. I'm Jody.
And together with our friends Kara, Timothy, and Jared, we are the cast of the D20 to Curtain podcast, where Oklahoma theater geeks and their friends hit record and explore our new addiction to Dungeons & Dragons.
We think D&D is more than just a game. It helps us tap into the enduring power of storytelling.
We combine live gameplay with behind-the-curtain episodes to share our experiences, insights, habits, discoveries, and passion for D&D with anyone who will listen.
We hope D20 to Curtain will make you laugh, cry, maybe even make your experience at your table even more satisfying. Check us out anywhere you listen to podcasts or visit us at d20tocurtain.com or at D20 to Curtain on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
We look forward to having you. All we ask is that you have fun, be kind, and play the role.
If you're looking for more content, make sure to check out our YouTube page with Mysteries of Beatrix live every Wednesday. Keys from the Golden Vault from the Red Dirt Outlaws dropping every Tuesday at noon, and Plausible Deniability every other Thursday at 7 p.m. So come check it out at youtube.com/@RedDirtRPG or search for Red Dirt RPG on YouTube. And we would love to hear from you. Find us on social media at Red Dirt RPG. You can also get in touch with us through our website at reddirtrpg.com. In the meantime, make sure and subscribe to this podcast and leave a comment on your favorite podcatcher so others can find us. All right, I think that's everything I need to tell you. Right now, let's head back to Red Dirt D&D.
After touching Colane's great axe, you seem to have gone into a memory. You find yourselves in battle armor and following after Duke Oribos Bleakburn, who says that they are on an important mission to rescue a general. After a while of leading you through the caves, he stops to take a look at the ruins around you and pauses for a moment before saying, "I believe these are old dwarven ruins."
Well, isn't it a dwarf that we're looking for?
It is, but I'm not quite certain why he would come here of all places. I'm not familiar with this area.
It's not uncommon for dragons to take over places that others have carved out and made comfy for themselves, or if the dwarves had treasure, they might even try to usurp that too. Some dragons.
Maybe, but I'm wondering if more perhaps this is an important area for the general. Like I said, our scouts trailed him here, and it seems as if the hold that the blue dragon has on him seems to be weakening. He's never been this far out from her before.
How long has he been under the dragon's power?
2 centuries.
Oh, well, then maybe it's wearing off.
I hope so. That would bode well for us in the upcoming fight. Though I doubt at first he will be on our side. I would just like to stress again, no matter what happens, even if I fall in this battle, he is not to be killed.
What if we just give him a little bonk? Is bonking okay?
You can fight him, just do not kill him.
Okay, thank you, sir.
I very much doubt, from what I remember of him, that he would ever go down without a fight. But anyway, let us press on. So, after a while of following the twists and turns of this cavern, you reach what seems to be the end of this tunnel. 2 large, heavy doors stand imposingly before you. Whatever once happened to this place, this seems to be the only things left intact.
Do you think we should go on in here?
It's the only way forward.
All right.
We should probably check
Check
it
'em.
for traps and dangers and pitfalls.
Are there any markings
You do see some of your typical dwarven carvings in the wall, but nothing that particularly stands out.
I give guidance to Beatrix, and I say, yes, let's check it out for traps.
14.
There doesn't seem to be any traps. However, you do notice that this looks to be a very heavy door.
Your Grace, if you will excuse my forwardness, I know that I do not look very strong, but I am pretty strong. Do you want me to try to get that door?
Yes, please.
Okay.
And I'll also give you guidance.
Unfortunately, I only roll a 15.
So you push and struggle, trying to get this door open, and towards the end of it, you realize it's a pull-open door.
Great, that strength paid off. Great job, Billy.
Mr. Twitch, you did not tell me the door say pull.
It's all right. Everybody calm down. Little one, please just pull the door open now.
I'll give you guidance again.
16 this time.
So with a mighty pull, you finally get the doors open. The interior of the room you now enter is dark, the only light coming from the luminous stones behind you. With this dim light, you spot a dwarf standing with a great axe held tightly in his grasp. Upon his head, you spot a crown of jagged, twisted iron, and you see madness glowing in the dwarf's eyes. As your eyes finally adjust, you recognize this as General Colaine.
Mr. Blackjack?
Yes.
Do you remember our friends? Do you think you'll come up and do the same thing? The goblins, they have the headbands, the aliens.
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh, that.
I was trying to not say the crazy things in front of the people who don't know about our adventures.
Right. General Colaine.
I see. New flesh has waltzed into my home without an invitation. No, leave before I... In the name of my mistress in blue, you shall die.
Did he call us new flesh?
Yeah, but then did you also see the way he grabbed his head like that and then struggled?
Yeah, he changed.
Anyway, roll initiative. Twitch.
9.
Billy, what'd you get?
24.
Blackjack.
24. I have a dex of 3.
Me too.
Okay,
Rollies.
Rollies.
I got a 2 that time.
7.
Okay, so Blackjack goes first. Beatrix.
10.
Colaine.
19.
Nice. And Zianzi.
Thanks to advantage with my whip of warning, I have a 19 also, with a +4 dex.
I have a +2, so you're going first.
Before you stands General Colaine, ready for battle. And Blackjack, you're up first.
We're about to go through both of my spell slots really fast. The first one, Dispel Magic on his helmet, which is at level 5.
As the Dispel Magic swirls around the crown, Dispel Magic just disappears into thin air, not working at all.
All right, I tried, and I back up about 30 feet.
Okay.
Do we try to, pry it off?
I don't know, that was my best bet. Oh, I bonus action put my axe on.
Billy, it's your turn.
That's so far. I'm looking at the map. Could I get there in a dash?
Yeah, you can get there easily in a dash.
Okay, I'm gonna get there in a dash, and I'm going to be the distraction.
Billy, do you have dark vision?
Actually, I do.
Okay, so out of the corner of your eyes, as you finally make your way up to General Colaine, towards the back, you see 2 blue kobolds on either side.
He's not alone, everybody. And then I would like to look at General Colaine, who I imagine is looking at me because I ran up to him, and just say, "Remember, Daisy, she still loves you!" And try to speak to that part of his brain, and maybe it'll help that part get more power. That is my turn.
Zianzi?
Zianzi is going to grab the short bow and shoot at one of the figures coming out of the darkness.
How far away are you?
About 60 feet.
You have dark vision?
Zianzi does have dark vision.
Okay, so you can see them.
And that is a 25 to hit.
Are you hitting the one
on the left?
On the left, okay.
That's kind of in line with Zianzi way back there.
Okay.
For 7 points of damage.
Okay. You hear a yelp of pain from this kobold and some very colorful words said in Draconic. Zianzi, anything else?
And then Zianzi will just hold his ground right there.
Colaine, it is your turn.
Colaine will look at Billy straight in the eyes and say, "I crush daisies beneath my feet." And I'm going to make attacks. First great axe attack, 22 to hit.
16 is his AC.
10 points of slashing. Second attack. Natural 1. Third attack. 14 to hit.
Yep.
14 will hit you.
No, nope.
No.
Riposte! When someone misses you with melee attack, use your reaction to return the melee attack. So I'm gonna try to hit you back. I'm gonna miss, because that's only a 14.
That'll miss.
Good try.
Yeah, pass turn.
So the kobold that Zionsi hit will rush forward about 15 feet, produce a small basket, and lob it at Billy's feet. And from this basket, you see a swarm of centipedes begin
Delicious.
to crawl up you. I'm going to say they go at the end of his turn, which is now. So they are going to try to bite you with a 16 to hit.
16 hits exactly.
So it's going to be 11 piercing damage.
Ow, centipedes, I will bite you back.
And the other kobold is going to dash 40 feet towards Billy. And that is his turn. So, Beatrix.
Okay, I'll run up on that guy and attempt to slash. 13.
That is going to miss.
So back
And you
me
got,
up.
what, 20 feet left?
Twitch.
I'm going to cast Unseen Servant. And as a bonus action, I want my Unseen Servant to lift the helmet. I'm interacting with a simple object by just picking it up.
This is going to be a weird thing. Have your unseen servant roll me a perception check.
I rolled a 13.
Okay. The unseen servant notices that this crown is deeply embedded into his the skin around his head.
And then does it go, boss, and point at it or something? And
Yeah, he points at the crown, gives a shrug, and
But he's unseen.
He's unseen, so he's invisible.
Only Twitch can see him.
Yeah.
That's it.
However, I will allow it to potentially do an attack instead of trying to lift the crown off.
14.
Yeah, that'll miss.
I can have him move 15 feet and perform an action. He performed the action. I'm going to have him move. He backs up a little bit.
So Oribos is going to pull out his longbow and make 2 shots at Colaine. That's only a 9 on the first one.
Yes.
And the second one is a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. 11 piercing damage and 22 psychic damage. And as the 2 shots from Oribos shoot out and one of them strikes General Colaine, you see a hairline fracture beginning to crack on the jagged crown of thorns that General Colaine wears.
Red Dirt D&D Tales from the Wilds is Connor Shenold as Jaska and our Dungeon Master, Johnny Payne as Twitch, Kiri Hester as Billy, Kim Cross as Beatrix, Brooke Bullock as Zionsi, and I'm Michael Cross as Blackjack. The showrunner for Campaign 2 is Aidan Cross. Our theme music was created by the cinemagician PJ Castillo. Our incidental music comes from Jeffrey McBride. Our sound effects and additional music courtesy of Monument Studios, Sirenscape, Describe.com, and TabletopAudio.com. Dice for the Red Dirt D&D cast provided by SD Way Gaming. You can find us at reddirtdnd.com. If you enjoy the new campaign of Red Dirt D&D, make sure to subscribe, rate us, and leave a comment. Also, tell your friends about Red Dirt D&D. You can also support the show at patreon.com/reddirtdnd at whatever giving level works best for you. Join us next time as we travel farther into the wilds.
Okay, I will pull out the scroll and begin to read. Go to sleep, shut your big bloodshot eyes. Yada, yada, yada. It actually says yada, yada, yada.
Mr. Twitch, I did not know you were such an accomplished vocalist.
I'm a man of many talents.
We need to get you into karaoke.
Do they have sandwiches there?
Sometimes.
I don't know what either of these things are.
You see gold scales glint in the light.
It's the golden viper.
You saw nothing, Zianzi.
Yeah, you saw nothing.
I didn't see anything.
It is the golden vipers.
Right.
They are here and they are clearly nefarious.
I think we might go talk to them. Don't you think?
Okay, we probably should talk to them. Maybe they are also being used for their bodies.
You didn't want to say that, but you wanted to say that.
Okay, maybe they are also being used for cosmetic testing.
The golden vipers.
Yeah, the golden
The
dragonborn
dragonborn
kobold
kobolds.
guys.
Yeah, that Mallory Margot told us about.
Yep, and then you guys gave me that information so that the viewers know that I have that information.
Twitch's head is going back and forth.
Are they over by the bar?
No, they are in a booth.
They're in their booth. Okay.
Yeah, they're stridering it in the corner.
See, when Connor was describing that, I thought they were going to be hobbits.
Oh, what can we do to help you? We are completely trustworthy.
He's going to roll an insight on that.
As trustworthy people
they're-
often say.
How long would it take you to get to Bleakburn right now?
Probably about 3 weeks.
Could you make it in 2?
No.
What if you tried really hard?
But we do know that they are working for an ancient blue dragon.
I know.
Named,
You aren't there.
I know.
from across the room, you just hear, I knew it!
I've been working on smelling sounds.
They are working for an ancient blue dragon named Ivnalia.
Can you spell that?
Can you write that?
You know, one day I'm going to figure it out, okay?
I'm going to teach you how to read and write. I think that's something we need to work on. Probably later
I
on.
want to get hooked on phonics.
It worked for me.
2 children, now probably only has 1.
Beatrix reaches into her little pouch there and pats that blue scale that she's got.
It gives you a little zap.
Revenge.
Just a little static.
Lily, do you want to go grab General Colleen's?
I really want to touch it.
I figured.
If cameras
let's-
existed, I would want you to take my picture. Do a rough sketch. I'll fill in the details later.
An insight check of 19 that he's like in a hurry to leave.
No.
Okay.
I know, that was your best roll of the night.
I know. At least we know that one's true.
You can pack up and go now. Thanks a lot for coming, Brooke.
Thank you. I'll be on the ceiling if you need me.
Got the one good roll from him for the day. We're done.
SD-Way dice.
You do see some of your typical dwarven carvings in the wall.
Does it say friend?
Melon.
Do you understand everything that's happening in this scene?
Oh, no, completely. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
just trying to find his...
I don't. Will you
There
explain
it
the
is.
entire thing to me before we begin?
Yeah, sure. So you guys woke up and Jaska was missing.
Just this part where the
For a different Spirit Week years ago, I had made some pink scrubs and I put the Barbie logo on them, and I had bejeweled stethoscope, so I wore that. I was Dr. Barbie. And then they tried to tell me I was Nurse Barbie. I was like, Barbie can be a doctor. She can be anything.
nice nurse's uniform. These are my OR scrubs. Oh, are they? I love that line. Good movie. Rushmore.
Gary, I feel like if you're going to do the Medusa for Blue Note, I feel like you should know something very important. That a Medusa's gaze will not hurt fire elementals. Haven't you seen the signs? In case of fire, don't use stairs.
Did they open up?
What?
Anyway, you hear a yelp of pain from this kobold and some very colorful words said in Draconic.
Hey, this is a family show.
That's why they're colorful.
I am only 3.
The kobold that Zianzi hit will rush forward about 15 feet, produce a small basket, and lob it at Billy's feet. And from
a gift.
This,
It's like Christmas.
and from this basket, you see a swarm of centipedes
Oh,
begin
Delicious.
to crawl up you.
it is like Christmas.
Yeah. And
Best day ever.